Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel all about BI. In this video I am going to tell you how to use a single data flow task or data flow activity in a pipeline to process multiple files of different schemas. Okay, process in the sense we are just going to do a copy basically using a data flow activity. We are not going to do any transformation kind of. Okay, so if your requirement is something like you have a container in Azure Data Lake storage or blob storage path, and inside that you have files in this folder, output and reference folder. We have a couple of files called file1.csv and file2.csv, and both of them are not alike. Okay, their structures are different. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to use a single data flow activity, mapping data flow activity. Using this mapping data flow activity, I am going to copy the files from one folder path, which is nothing but output/reference to another folder path, maybe to test folder. Okay, so this is what I am going to do in this video. So why I wanted to touch upon this is a couple of my viewers and subscribers have asked me how to process different files using a single data flow, mapping data flow, and also using data flow parameters. Okay, so I'm going to cover all this in this video. Alright, so as I told you, I have a demo container. Inside that demo container I have a folder called output, and inside that I have a reference folder, and then inside that a couple of files of different schemas. Okay, schema is not important because we are just going to do a copy kind of stuff, so we are not going to validate the schema, and we are not going to do mapping and all. Okay, so that is why schemas don't matter when we are going to use the mapping data flow for copy. Okay, so from this folder I am going to copy to a test folder, which is also in the same container. Okay, so this is the folder in which I am trying to write my files to. Alright, so going back to my pipeline, I'll show you what and all we have to do for it. Alright, so it's going to be a simple pipeline wherein a get metadata activity, right? This is going to point to my reference folder, which is nothing but the folder in which I have my files. Okay, so it is going to point to that reference folder, the get metadata activity, and it's going to get me the files present in it. Okay, the child items basically. So if you check the data set, it's nothing but it's going to point to my child items. So it's going to give me the files present in that folder, and I'm going to use a for each loop to loop through the child items given by the get metadata activity. Okay, so inside that I have a mapping data flow activity. So here we need to pass on the file name, correct? So data flow, using the data flow, what we are going to do, we are going to copy the file to a different folder. So when we say copy the file, we have to tell the path of the file to be copied. Okay, and in sync we can mention where to copy. That is second part. The first part is what is the source, or where is the source file residing. That's what we have to tell, right? So for that we need to pass on the file name. The file name is already held by this for each loop activity. Okay, this for each loop activity loops through the file name given by the get metadata activity. So each time the for each loop executes, it will have the file name. So it will have the file name under the property item.name. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to create a data flow parameter. So how to create a data flow parameter is go inside the data flow activity, mapping data flow activity, click outside anywhere in the empty space, and then you will be able to see the parameters and setting tab. So under parameters, click on new so that you will be able to create a new parameter. So I have created a parameter called file name parameter, and I have left it empty because the file name has to come from the for each loop. So I'll have to do the mapping actually. So this is how we declare the mapping data flow parameter. Okay, how to pass on the value to this parameter, that is second part. Okay, so declaration is done. So how to pass on is come out of the data flow, and when you click on the data flow activity, you will be seeing the parameters you have already created. Okay, so to that parameter we are passing on the value called item.name. I just told item.name is brought by the for each loop activity. This is going to be the file name to be passed on to the data flow activity. Okay, so this is how we declare. Go inside the data flow, create a parameter, come out of the data flow, assign the parameter value. Okay, so that's all. This is half of the portion is done. Okay, so what else is left out? go to the data flow activity and create a source and sink. Source is nothing but it has to point to my source file in the reference folder, and sink is another folder in same data lake storage or blob storage path or whatever be it. Okay, so how to configure the sources? Under source settings, I have pointed to the reference folder. This data set is nothing but I have pointed to my reference folder. I have pointed to the container simply. I am not going to mention any folder here. So actually my file will be residing in demo container, under that output, under that reference, and then the file will be there. But I am pointing to the demo container only, in the sense I am not mentioning the whole path. I just mentioned the container name for the source setting. Okay, just keep this in mind, because if you mention the directory name here, it's not going to work out. Okay, when we are going to use the mapping data flow parameter, right? So you have to leave the directory portion empty. Okay, so coming back. So my data set is quite simple. I'm just pointing to my demo container and nothing else. Okay, and since my file is a tab delimited file, I'm just mentioning it. So it's not necessary, because we're not going to do any transformation, just going to copy, but still I'm telling. Okay, so source is that's all. Okay, coming to data flow source. So I am done with the data set explanation. Okay, when you come to the source option, right? So as I told you, my data set is just pointing to my demo container. Okay, it still has to know in which directory and what is the complete path of the file that we need to pass on, right? So for that, what we need to do is go to source option, and then there is a wildcard path. Okay, in that automatically it will be telling the container name. Okay, apart from the container name, you will have to concat the folder path or the whole file path in which the data flow activity should find the actual file. Okay, so I'm concatenating with the demo container, right? I'm concatenating output directory inside that reference directory, inside that the file name that I have gotten from the for each loop execution. Okay, the for each loop, every time it executes, it will have a file name, and I'm going to append the file name with the directory name. Okay, so this will complete my source setting. So that's all. Okay, under source settings, I'm pointing to the demo container only. Under source option, I'm just appending output and reference along with the file name parameter I have created. Okay, that's all with the source. Coming to the sink, this is also quite simple. In this dataset, if you check it out, right, I'm just mentioning the folder path or directory path in which I have to move the files. Okay, so that is all I'm doing. I'm not going to do anything else here. So coming back to the sink. One more thing is, so dataset is simple. So I'm just mentioning under demo container, in the test folder, you move the files. That's all I'm telling. Under settings, what we'll have to do is, we have to mention the name of the file that is going to be copied. Okay, so whether I'm going to retain the same file, I'm going to generate a dynamic file name, that and all we'll have to think. Okay, so in my case, what I have done is, I have clicked on output to single file, and then I'm using the same file name parameter that I have gotten from the for each loop. It means that whatever is the file name, source file name, I'm going to retain the same while copying the file. Okay, that's what I'm mentioning. So that's all with the complete design of the pipeline. So if I run right, it should be copying the files to my test folder. Okay, right now the test folder doesn't have any file. So after I execute the pipeline, it's going to copy my files from reference folder to the test folder. Okay, so this video is primarily for using the mapping data flow parameter. Okay, so it's going to be helpful for many, because I have many questions related to the same scenario. Okay, handling multiple files with the multiple schemas, using a single data flow activity. So like that, I have had a couple of questions in the channel. So that's why I thought I'll bring it to your notice. Okay. Alright, it's already done. Time is 5:36. So 5:36 PM. We have a couple of files called dim.product.csv, product reference.csv from the reference folder. So this is how we copy to a different folder. Okay, this can be the basic session that might help you with different scenarios related to this. So if you have questions or comments regarding this, you please let me know in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I request you to subscribe and support. Thanks a lot.